right, welcome to another episode of Piecing It Together, the podcast where we take a look at a new movie and try to figure out what movies might have inspired it. And today on the show, I am so excited because it just so happened to work out that our 500th episode, of course, that's 500 episodes, not counting all of the special episodes, top 10 lists, interviews, like trailer episodes, all that kind of stuff. We're actually at like 800 or something at this point. But 500, as far as our main numbered episodes, turned out to be Sam Raimi's return to horror and a live show at that. Couldn't be a better movie to pick for episode 500. And it also helps that I loved it. We're talking about Send Help today. We recorded it live over at Maya Cinemas with Joe Black, Tyler Najera, and Eric Mathis. Great panel. We had a great audience. Really fun time over there at Maya Cinemas. And that conversation's coming up here in a second. Before we get to it, I do want to remind you, as always, to make sure you are subscribed to Piecing It Together. We got a lot of other episodes on the way coming very soon, so make sure you're subscribed. You can also follow me on social media at Piecing Pod to find out about everything we got going on, including the new episodes, more live shows like our Wuthering Heights episode coming up on February 12th, and much more. So check me out at Piecing Pod wherever you are. And with that said, let's talk about Send Help. All right, so we're going to talk about Send Help here. I am David Rosen, the host of the Piecing It Together podcast. Before we get into the movie, I want to introduce my panel. First up, Joe Black returning to the show.
Hello.
All the way from California. How you doing, Joe?
I'm tired. And I was watching it from the wings for the first half hour. There's like a mini spousal emergency, for the first bit there. But I got to see the whole thing, and everything's fine now.
Everything's all right.
Happy
Good.
to be here.
Tell everybody what you do.
I'm a filmmaker. I'm a writer, director, editor. I guess producer too by necessity. And I'm in the middle of post-production on 5 features right now, 2 of which are mine. And it looks like we're going to make another 3 or 4 before the end of the year. Actually.
Fantastic.
Very busy year.
Oh, yeah. Next up, Tyler, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Tyler Najera. I am also a filmmaker. I'm a local filmmaker here in Las Vegas. I'm also currently a UNLV film student, and I've got a lot of things going on this year. I recently shot a short film over the summer. We shot that on Super 16, and it was
Nice.
like the biggest film that I had directed. I had a SAG actor. His name was Steve Crystal. He was in the new Freakier Friday movie, and he also executive produced a Ron Howard movie called The Missing. And I am also an editor as well, and I also do post-production sound design, and I'm working on films that my colleagues, my fellow UNLV film students have made, and I'm currently editing one of them right now, directed by Ezra Costello, Hell Sent.
Ooh.
Very cool. And before we get to Eric, when I was putting together this panel specifically, we're talking about a Sam Raimi movie. I wanted filmmakers on this show. You know what I mean? I'm not a filmmaker myself, but I love talking about movies. But filmmakers and Sam Raimi, who's not inspired by Sam Raimi? Come on, in some way, shape, or form, So, Eric, let's go to you. Introduce yourself.
Eric Mathis. I'm also a filmmaker. We've got a film called Infernal right now. We just toured the country with it last year, most of the year. The end of February, we're actually playing the TCL Chinese Theater. So
I used to work there.
that's like the dream. Man. It's
Tell
like,
Eric, fuck you. Do that for me.
Different, but yeah.
Super,
Yeah, different Eric.
So we're doing that, and at the end of this year, I've got a $1 million werewolf movie. So it's my first
Congratulations.
big budget,
That's
man.
awesome.
So it's
Can you tell us the title?
Rougarou. It's based on the Louisiana werewolf, so it's going to incorporate voodoo and just a different take on the werewolf. We've actually got, I don't know if I can say that yet or not, but we've got a major special effects artist that's wanting to do it. If we bring them on, they've already agreed that they're going to take it, but I don't know if I can say who it is just yet. But
All right.
one of the top 3 in history. They're massive. So
Fantastic.
we're really going to swing for the fence and try to make an awesome monster movie.
That's awesome. And I just love chatting with people who are just so in the weeds when it comes to filmmaking and like I've been talking about like special effects and creature effects and like all the things that go into making an exciting, fun movie, and not just, we all love dramas, we all love the superhero stuff, but these kinds of like really creative movies and stuff where people are really like trying new things and getting exciting, and that's something that I always associate back to Sam Raimi all the time.
1000%.
Yeah.
Drag Me to Hell. I mean, that's one of the movies that made one of the biggest impacts on me. I've actually filmed at your record shop for Infernal, and we brought this big, almost Sam Raimi inspired Baphomet demon devil into your shop and filmed a whole scene. So that's
how did you fit it in there?
Very delicately. It was a.
My dad was still in charge, and you can imagine if that devil had knocked something over, it would have been over for you guys.
There were three of us in that building earlier, and I thought that we were going to break everything.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a lot of fun and a very big challenge. I mean, your dad knew where everything was, so we were very careful to put everything back, but it was a blast.
Amazing. Well, let's get into Send Help, which I'm so happy was great. Like,
it was awesome.
Oh man, I was like, obviously Sam Raimi hasn't made a horror movie in so long, and we've all wanted it so bad. But I mean, he did direct the first episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead, so we did have that. But other than that, he hasn't made a movie in so long that's like this and that like gets into this like superhero stuff and whatnot. But like, and those are fine. But like, well, I mean, obviously the Spider-Man movies are great, but like, his Marvel one from a few years ago is fine, but
I loved it.
You did love it?
Yeah, I loved Doctor Strange.
All right.
Madness, whatever it was called. Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
I was expecting more Sam Raimi out of it, and there's a couple of shots in there, like
musical note, like fight scene.
That was great.
Sam Raimi in it.
Yeah, that was that was fantastic. That was great. But the rest of the movie,
he spends the whole third act as like a demon version of himself. That's pretty. I mean,
that was pretty good too.
I like all the Sam Raimi stuff in that movie too.
Yeah, so there you go. Well, but I'm glad to have him back in fun. And we were kind of talking about it afterwards. Like, it's not even really a horror movie specifically. That's how it was certainly marketed, but it's like just a fun thriller that like goes all over the place, crazy over the top, and that's what we want to see. But
I would call it a dark tragic comedy.
Sure,
like it's like a dark comedy, and it's got that tragic ending. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Lots of dark comedy in this, and we're going to get into the movie now, and what we do for anyone who hasn't listened to an episode of Piecing It Together before, we talk about a movie through the lens of what movies might have inspired it, and we call those puzzle pieces. And I'm going to kick it off with, the obvious thing that we kind of have to start with, because we're sitting here, we're talking to Sam Raimi. Just lots of Sam Raimi movies. I mean, there's callbacks to so much stuff.
For Love of the Game.
Yes, For Love of the Game, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah, definitely. No, there's plenty of Drag Me to Hell you brought up. There's Evil Dead, of course.
Oh, yeah.
There's all of this stuff that, like, the fun, playful filmmaking, the crazy over the topness, some of the specific moments within the movie. Were there any like specific moments for you guys that were like kind of like screaming like, oh yeah, this is him, just kind of like almost Easter egg style?
He couldn't even help himself. When she was puking on him.
Yeah, that is totally
Drag Me to Hell when the old lady falls out of the casket. And it was almost
and the
a recall.
Nightmare. The
nightmare was total.
That's super Sam Raimi.
Yeah,
there were a few that I was thinking of throughout the film, like because with all the like callbacks, like his other movies, like when at the end when they're in that mansion, she has like a shotgun, like that. I was thinking of a Simple Plan, which I think that's his best movie. That's my favorite of his. Like I think that's
it's very good.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man 2.
And I just think it's like, but it just reminded me of that because in the scene there's like that scene with the shotgun in that movie, and like. And then there's like this spider web where the camera goes through. That's the spider web, and that's obviously Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then like what's his name? The boss guy. I forgot that actor's name, but he does the like noise the laugh that Ash Williams is like.
That
done
was
in
definitely
Evil Dead.
Sam Raimi or somebody else looping that.
Yeah,
so I know what you're talking about. That specific.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
I think that's Evil Dead too.
Yeah.
I think that is with the hand scene with the severed.
That has to be Sam looping that.
Yeah,
it has to be.
I was hoping as we we got into this movie
there's
that
Bruce Campbell. There's a Bruce Campbell.
there's a Bruce
cameo.
Campbell. He's the dad of the Dylan O'Brien character. You just see his picture
No
on the
wonder
wall.
he's such an asshole.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, and I was really hoping that they were going to kind of start losing their minds, and that's exactly where it kind of took us, and that brings you back to like in the cabin and everything in Evil Dead 2 and in Army of Darkness when Ash starts cracking up and all that stuff. So all just kind of coming back around to a lot of that kind of stuff. But let's start going into some other puzzle pieces. Joe, what do you have here?
You could have also said Dark Man, how there's a whole scene where he can't feel any pain when she's supposed to,
Sure.
like that's the whole Dark Man
More
thing, right?
Sam Raimi. Yeah.
Maybe this was his opus. Maybe this was his, like, I
I
don't know.
still need to see Dark Man. I need to see Dark Man.
I actually haven't seen it since I was like 16 or something. Like
Yeah.
I need to rewatch that movie.
There's a
been forever.
reason, and the reason is because the villain isn't very good. The villain is so not very good that the henchman comes back in the sequel, not the main villain. You know what I mean? Like that. To me, that's Sam Raimi's biggest problem as a director. Is like his movies are made like the casting. Like half the time, his casting is just so off that the movie doesn't work.
Crime Wave, the main guy, is like
Exactly.
the only problem with the movie. Yeah.
I would say the same thing about like Oz the Great and Powerful. Like, Mila Kunis, they're just not very good in it. But like then you got something like The Gift, which isn't really that good of a movie, but the acting in it is so good that it works. You know what I mean? Like his movies, like they live or die on their cast, and this is. I mean, they both like. It's so stupid that they didn't release this in December so they could be considered. Like seriously, what Rachel McAdams is doing in this
She's
movie,
so good.
that's beyond
Yeah.
Oscar. That's like lifetime achievement level. Like she's so good in this. And Dylan O'Brien, he's so thankless that role. He's right there with her from minute one, just fucking crushing it.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
great movie. First puzzle piece is Joe Dirt 2, Beautiful Loser. I
Joe
couldn't-
always brings the
I
deep
couldn't.
cuts.
I couldn't help but think it. I assume no one else has seen that movie.
I mean, I watched that movie.
You watched that movie?
Oh yeah, of course.
Great. So I got Crackle because it premiered on
Life's a
Crackle.
Garden. Dig it.
Yeah, I got Crackle because that's where it premiered on
Yeah,
Crackle. I
I
didn't know what
remember.
the fuck a Crackle was.
Yeah.
And I got about 10 minutes into it, and I was like, nope, I refused. Threw it away. And my buddy, that's his favorite movie of all time, is the first Joe Dirt. So as a gag gift one year, I bought him the Blu-ray of Joe Dirt 2, and he's like, you asshole. And it sat there on a shelf collecting dust, and I dog sat for him one time, and I was like, well, it's right there. Let me, And I watched it, and I got to say, it's better than no Joe Dirt scene, right? Like that's how I'll put it. Like, you know what I mean? But there is a whole entire plot line where Joe Dirt ends up on a deserted island.
God, I don't even
He ends up
remember
on a
that.
deserted island, and he's there. I think in the movie he's there for like 15 years or something in the movie.
Yeah.
And then one day, like he just sees some like tourists walk over the hill. He's like, what? And he walks up over the one hill where he was at and sees that there's like a theme park and like
Yes.
a cruise line there on the other side of the hill. And he's just like, well, damn it. You know what I mean? And
I need to rewatch Joe Dirt too. That's
yeah,
really funny.
And like
Yeah.
again, like it may seem like I was trying to be like jokey when I was saying, but truly, like immediately, especially when she was like, "Oh, the knife just washed up," I was like, "No, there's like something over there."
Yeah.
And then and he's not trying to hide it, thankfully.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's not trying to like, "Oh, you didn't see that coming."
Well,
Like,
Sam Raimi trusts us,
Yeah.
He knows we're movie fans, and he knows that we're gonna like see that there's gonna be twists and there's gonna be turns, and like that there's not all as me.
I don't mind
meets the eye.
predictable. I mind obvious. Like
Yeah.
predictable is all based on the context. You know what I mean? Obvious is like lazy. You
Yeah,
know, and this
sure,
is that was predictable, but in that good kind of way. And I meant it when I said for love of the game, because the whole tragedy of this movie is that they keep trying to get her to play the game. That's what they keep saying. You got to learn to play the game, and they're even like doing golf to be assholes at the beginning, and literally at the end she's great at golf and she's playing the game, and now she's become the thing that was like so awful at the beginning. It's like it's like that's like sad.
Yeah.
So I meant it
All
when I
right.
said for love of the game. I heard that little tinge.
Yeah,
of whatever.
I'm adding it to the puzzle piece list.
Great.
All right, very good. Tyler, let's go to one from you.
So an obvious one would be Misery.
Sure.
Yep. The Rob Reiner movie. Rest in peace, Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
But there was an interview that I had seen of Sam Raimi, and he had talked about how he was, deliberately thinking about that, and also Castaway as well. But like he was trying hard to like make it as different as he could from those movies.
Yeah, I think the easiest way to to explain this movie is Misery meets Castaway in a way.
Yeah.
Like that's a very like simple like kind of log line. And and again, both of those movies live and die by the cast, because if you aren't with those people, just Tom Hanks on a or Kathy Bates, doing what she's doing, like you're not going to be along for the ride. And these two really absolutely bring it and make a movie that's those two things together work really well. Eric, let's go to one over there.
Yeah, so I came in thinking Lord of the Flies meets Misery.
Mm-hmm.
But as it went on, the way the female character was, I walked away thinking Angela Baker from Sleepaway Camp 2 meets Naked and Afraid. That's kind of where I veered off into. So I kept trying to pinpoint where her quirkiness, like she was so like in love with the lifestyle and how she seemed to always think she was kind of on this weird moral path the whole movie. It's like part 2 Angela Baker. I don't know why she kept coming to that. So it'd be like being on Naked and Afraid with her as a partner.
Yeah. And she's like super into that stuff with like Survivor and all that stuff too. But like super into that. I've actually never seen Sleepaway Camp 2. Are either of you guys
Twice
fans
as
of it?
good as one.
I haven't seen the first one yet.
Yeah.
I need to see it. It's on the list.
Yeah. All right. I have not seen it, but I know that people that like it's like just a classic of that genre, and like it to mix that with reality television, sure, why not? Let's go for it.
That's where my mind kept going. I kept trying to picture her, but if you see it, I think you'll understand. She comes back and they put a twist on that character, very similar to this, where she's just so. She was about the camping in the movie, just like she was about the survivor life. So yeah, that's
love it. Love it. Absolutely. I'll go for another one with Office Space. Mike Judge's Office Space. Yeah.
That was a thought when the guy with the suspenders.
Yeah. Absolutely. With the TPS reports. And this Rachel McAdams is basically Milton here. And like, I'm going to burn down the building. Just getting that chance to actually do it.
There was something kind of charming about the fact that like Sam Raimi hasn't been in like a corporate office since 1989. like this corporate office is like the suspenders and the whole, like it was very like, and he did pull off the 80s evil CEO cliche of golf very well, unlike James Cameron
also
in Avatar.
The blonde second in command
guy.
That's what he's perfect for like that. Yeah, it's like they plucked him right out of the 80s.
To compare Rachel McAdams to Milton, I mean, you're right. But
yeah.
also like I think you'd be hard pressed to find a guy who wouldn't want to be stranded on a desert island with Rachel McAdams.
Fair.
But like, they did a good job of that too, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe, let's go to another one.
Rugrats the movie.
God, you
came to my mind.
Bringing it.
I know, but here's the thing. I warned you beforehand that like a couple weird ones popped in my head because in Rugrats the movie, there's a scene where Angelica, who has, I don't know if you guys know the premise of Rugrats the movie, they're like, lost and they're trying. Angelica has distanced herself from the group to do it on her own because she doesn't trust any of them, and she's braving the storm like through the forest while singing a variation of Blondie's One Way or Another.
Oh wow!
And that came to mind because it started with the Blondie song.
Yeah.
So even before they did the One Way or Another, by the time it got to Rachel McAdams in the storm, I was like, oh, like fucking Rugrats. And we were just talking about Debbie Harry earlier today.
Yes.
At Wax Trax Records, where you should all go. They have a very lovely picture of Debbie Harry right by the register.
This episode sponsored by Wax Trax Records.
So Rugrats the movie.
That's crazy. I always feel like when Joe brings a piece that seems so out of left field, but then he's like, boom, right there on. It's like, it's good stuff.
It's just the way the brain works.
That's
I don't
wild.
know. I'm not trying to be that guy. I can't. Yeah. But like, I mean, someone else is gonna say Castaway.
Should we watch Rugrats the movie if we liked Send Help?
Yeah,
we've never
actually,
seen it?
yeah, actually, it's pretty rad.
Okay.
Rugrats in Paris is a little more for fans only, and, but like the first one's pretty cool.
All right,
yeah, it's dark.
Cool. Oh, all right. Tyler, how about you? What's next?
Well, with Rachel McAdams' character, like she reminded me a lot of from the Catwoman from Batman Returns. Yeah. Like it's like the same get up, same dynamic and everything. It's just ripped straight from that movie.
I like his more than your Milton.
Yeah.
And like
definitely a better version.
I actually I rewatched that movie during Christmas because I consider that a Christmas movie. Like I'm not that into comic movies, but I really like that movie. Like it's just so it's like not even like. It's like not even I don't even think of it as a Batman movie. I just think about it as a bunch of. I just look at whenever I watch the movie, I just think about it in the way that it's like about a bunch of weird people that like to dress up and role play.
Right. No, absolutely.
It's like not a movie for children.
I
Yeah.
saw it when I was a kid.
I saw it too when I was a kid, but like
Yeah.
seeing it as an adult now, seeing that movie as an adult, and I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
all this shit. How
No,
do they get away
it was
with this?
really weird for us to be seeing that as a kid because it's so out there, absolutely, and like, yeah, it's like probably the most out there superhero movie. And to that point, that is why I was disappointed by Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange. I was hoping it would be a lot more out there.
What
but-
do you? He's literally a demon for Act 3, and he fights
Yeah, but
people with
it's all
music notes.
CGI. And,
So was
yeah.
this.
Nah,
It doesn't matter.
CGI boars are okay. That's fine.
Everything was CGI in this, and that's okay. He's always been a pastiche kind of guy. He likes to play into the artifice of
Oh,
special
I
effects,
loved
you know?
the moment where they see the cliff, and then all of a sudden they're at the cliff.
Oh.
That was wonderful.
Funniest thing.
That was
Oh.
Sam Raimi all the way. But good stuff. Eric, let's go to you.
I had the lighthouse. There was
Okay.
kind of
Oh,
this
yeah.
dynamic, aquatic dynamic, and you didn't really know who you were. At times, you're kind of jumping between who you're with and who you're for, but not really ever. But they both kind of went in that really tense, kind of absurdist way that worked. Wasn't too out there, but somehow it was. But it all worked and pieced together nicely. I think Lighthouse was a good
Yeah.
side by side.
I love that movie, and yeah, I love the idea that they're going insane from their situation of being stranded, but they're also driving each other insane,
Right.
and like so, yeah, there's like a lot of parallels to that, and I think that's a really great one for
Yeah,
sure.
the two personalities, they just perfectly clashed to
Yeah.
me. Yeah, so
I know that this movie, you can see it in 3D too.
Oh,
Like they released it
shit.
in 3D.
Yeah.
But I wonder, like, I actually, when you say The Lighthouse, I wonder what this movie would be like in black and white. That actually might be kind of rad.
in black and white and 120 to 1.
Sure, why not? Let's do it. But yeah, no, I would love to see this in 3D. I bet it would be a lot of fun.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was planning on going to see it in Dolby this weekend.
Well, I'm gonna see it in Dolby 3D.
I was
Oh,
actually
shit.
I was
Okay.
watching a movie that was, I think that is the right aspect ratio of Lighthouse, 120 to 1, that it's like even narrower than Academy ratio.
Yeah, to draw them closer together and make them more insane.
I was
So, yeah.
watching Joseph von Sternberg's The Blue Angel this morning because I had to watch that for a class.
Nice. Right
And that's in
on.
120 to 1.
My film school, they had us watch Independence Day, then we watched The Mummy with commentary, and then we watched Chaplin. Those were our movies.
Oh,
they
that's
assigned
cool.
us back in my day.
That's a fun film school.
It's the difference between a Las Vegas film school and a Florida film school, I guess.
All right, I will go for one more
was the
puzzle
name of that?
piece.
Soda.
DeSoto?
That's what it's called.
I will go with Triangle of Sadness. As far as like the
shit, I
entire
need to see
final
that
act
one.
of that movie, they end up stranded, and then there's a whole power imbalance change in that movie, and the person who worked for them ends up in charge because she's the only one who knows how to do anything. And it's a very different movie. It's a very I don't even know how to describe that movie. It's a very very strange and very just kind of. Everything just keeps escalating in a crazy way, but not in this kind of a crazy way, just more of a bizarre way. But it's very fun in that final act. It's also very fun in the beginning, but then the middle is just super strange and just out there. But yeah, it had like a lot of Oscar buzz a couple of years ago, and I think it's worth watching. I know it was a very polarizing movie, but definitely that whole ending sequence, though, of Triangle of Sadness ends up on a beach. They're stranded. And the one girl who was at the bottom now is at the top because she's the only one who knows how to do anything survival wise. So yeah, Joe, let's go to one more from you.
Yeah, I figured you'd say Triangle of Sadness.
You did, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, it checks out. The other one that came to mind was The K, which was a book, but then they made a movie out of it with James Earl Jones, and it's about a little boy and a cook on a boat who survived. I can't remember if it was like a military boat or something. I can't remember what kind of ship it was, but they survive a torpedo attack, if I'm not mistaken, and they're the only two that like wash up on the shore of this island. And he's, it's James Earl Jones, so he's like this older black man and this young, like really like blind. I think the kid is actually blind, if I remember correctly. And it's this whole idea of like, like it was during like, I think it's set to during like World War II. So that like the whole racial idea that like when the kid can't see him, is there any, what is racism without sight, that kind of thing. But it's literally about like the guy, James Earl Jones' name is Timothy. And then they actually made a sequel book called Timothy of the K. But But Timothy is basically just trying to teach this boy how to survive, just in case, because he's so old and frail, and you know what I mean? Like, what if I die? This kid's going to be left alone.
Yeah.
So it's him trying to teach this blind child how to survive on the island. And spoilers, there's a huge storm a little more than halfway through, and to save them, Timothy ties him and the boy to a tree. Mm-hmm. So they can't get blown
Why do
away
I feel like
or
I've
washed
seen
away.
this somehow? This sounds really familiar.
And Timothy dies from the storm protecting the kid, and that was pretty intense. I don't remember the movie as much as I remember the book.
Okay.
We read that in 4th grade, but the movie is pretty cool. But it definitely reminded me of that, especially that storm thing, man. I was having.
Yeah.
So the K.
Sounds interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out. Tyler, let's go to another one from you.
I honestly can't really think anymore of movies to talk about in comparison to this film, but just right now in the back of my mind, I was just thinking about other like survival movies where two people that are the total opposites that are like stranded and stuck together, and I was thinking of this like sci-fi movie from the 80s called Enemy of Mine.
Sure. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's just called Enemy Mine.
Enemy Mine. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's that one. Yeah, and that one's about like an astronaut, like a human guy, and he's stranded, and he's like stranded with like an alien that he's like in a galactic war with, and they like, and they become buddies.
Yeah.
And he has to like take care of his children because like the men in that race like reproduce.
Yeah. Yeah.
How funny that we were all there for it, except for him, and he's the one who remembered it.
Yeah.
I like them. I saw it when I was a kid on TV with my mom, and then like years like later, I think in like high school, I like remembered that movie, and I was like, oh, I should try and like find it.
I feel like that's a classic staple of the grocery store checkout line. Like that's what you'd see for like $3 at the checkout.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, a very, very cool one to bring up here for sure. Let's go to one more from you over there, Eric.
Yeah, I thought the some of the standoff and the combat sequences between the two, I was getting kind of some Kill Bill 1, kind of like the when they kind of faced off on the beach, just the way that was kind of shot, and some of the action when they were fighting in the jungle was very to me very over the top cinematic Tarantino kind of Kill Bill-ish. So and when she went numb, when she numbed the guy out,
Sure.
when she was in the hospital and the guy's like licking her face, so
Yeah.
I kept pinpointing back little things with the absurdity that is the amazing Kill Bill franchise. So.
Yeah, I love how over the top the fights were here,
Yeah.
and like I could see that with that, like you think to the Vivica Fox fight
Right.
in Kill Bill, and just how just brutal it is. They're just going at each other just nonstop, like.
And when
yeah.
the thumb went in the eye, I thought that was very
L Driver.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely 1,000%.
The original script for Kill Bill, he mentions it in the movie that there's like a nice beach that looks good at sunrise, blah, blah, blah. That's actually in the original. It's so funny. Tarantino got all pissed when Hateful Eight leaked. It's like, dude, all of your scripts have always leaked. I read every single Tarantino movie a year before the movie came out. You know what I mean? Like, there were no surprises. I saw Inglourious Basterds. I was like, I know. Like, you know what I mean? But Kill Bill, only the first draft of that leaked, and it's super different. And like that scene that they just did for the whole bloody affair, the Fortnite scene, that's in the original script. You know what I mean? But they actually do go down to the beach to fight in at the end of Kill Bill originally, and it's cool.
Crazy.
It's cool because it's actually like a one blow samurai standoff in the script.
Yeah, that was definitely that beach
Yeah.
scene particularly. That was when I was really feeling the Kill Bill vibe completely. So
Love it. Absolutely.
Wow, that's insane. Fortnite was a part of the plan the whole time.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
That's how he wrote it in the margins.
The
Yeah.
Fortnite
I
collab.
like this guy.
The Fortnite collab.
I was watching
just-
Blue Angel this morning.
I love Joseph von Sternberg. He's
There we
I
go.
love his
Oh,
movies.
my
Dishonored.
Hey, I hear you.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
We're here to talk about Sam
dev-
Raimi.
the
Okay?
devil
We're-
is a
We're
woman.
talking about Rugrats. We're talking about Sleepaway Camp 2. Keep your Blue Angel at film school where it belongs.
I like a good mix of everything.
Let's open it
Of
up to the
course.
floor, see if anybody has any puzzle pieces for us. Did anybody think of anything that we haven't brought up yet here? Anybody out here, right here?
Yeah, so there was a bunch of like class warfare vibes in this, and so it reminded me of Parasite.
Parasite?
Yeah,
And that goes along with that Triangle of Sadness also, which also kind of got into that.
Yeah. So that's what I had.
Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's definitely something on the mind of this movie for sure. And it definitely fits in with those kinds of things. I think I saw a hand up somewhere right there.
Okay, I have 4.
All
There's
right.
this like resurgence of movies that are thematically like it is hard enough to exist as a woman, but also now there's this dude taking up space. And so like, and that I feel Yellow Jackets is an example of a TV show. To some degree, Revenge was a part of that as well. Like your women battling the elements, also trying to survive.
Revenge.
That was the first movie from the Substance director.
Yeah,
right?
that movie's fucking awesome. I love that movie.
Poorly French.
Yeah.
What is it, Influencer? I just saw on Shudder where it's like and that's again your dessert on the desert island.
Produced by a Las Vegas native, Brandon Christensen. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
But the one of those of this kind of recent bunch that I feel most connected with is Sweetheart. Which
I haven't seen that.
Oh man, and it's another shipwreck on an island movie. And the dude is like so condescending to this woman, and he's all like, "Sweetheart this and sweetheart that," and like at one point when she's like, "Oh, sweetie," that was a bit of a reversal. But you're just so during the entire plot of like the entire film of Sweetheart, you're just like, I cannot wait for this guy to die.
Yeah.
And so I felt like that very much in the beginning, where you're just like, oh man, that glorious scene in the plane where you're like, God, I can't wait for all these guys to die.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that brings it back to the cast we were talking about. Like, if they weren't cast so well, they maybe wouldn't be as killable. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to see him die. And especially Dylan O'Brien, it like really brings it as just so gross. But then, like you said, they reverse it back to she's calling him sweetheart and like kind of being the condescending one. And I think that's really smart, like to really play both angles like that and everything.
Well, it's just like in Inglourious Bastards when you've got the Nazi propaganda movie that they're watching, and all the Nazis are in the theater cheering, and then you're watching it on opening night, back in 2009, and when they bust in and start killing Hitler, we're all like, yeah! And then you realize, oh man, Tarantino just turned us into Nazis, he like, and this movie I think does the same thing. I think it dares to imply that like it's, power that corrupts, and once you have the power, like what do you do with it? And I think it also argues that it doesn't matter what made the monster. What matters is that you are the monster.
And she's writing self-help books at the end, so that's not exactly,
that's what I mean. Like, I think that's genius.
Yeah.
I have a suspicion that a lot of people who do write those books are like monsters.
Exactly.
Most writers are.
Most writers
And
are.
honorable mention, American Psycho, that
Yeah.
toxic corporate, and even his right-hand man that he gives the job to was very much looked like the Jared Leto character.
Totally.
To the T, so that was another one.
Yeah.
There's that new Glenn Powell one that's coming out too that like seems like it'll share a lot of DNA with this, only I could almost guarantee that this is better thought out and executed, but I haven't seen it.
I'm excited for that Ready or Not 2. I think that's what it's called, because David Cronenberg's in that. Isn't that what that movie's called? The movie that David Cronenberg was in.
He's in it? Really?
Yeah, there was that sequel that was playing for that one movie.
Yeah.
and
There's a
David-
poster
yeah.
for it right out there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was like,
I
oh my
the
god,
first
that's David Cronenberg.
Wow.
I'll watch that now
I'll
just
get
for
him in it.
Cronenberg.
My wife, she to get at me, she saw this movie earlier today, and she wanted me to. She loved it. She called me beforehand to tell me that it was amazing, and I was like, thanks for spoiling that. But she had a couple that she wanted to throw out, if that's cool.
Sure.
9 to 5,
Okay.
the Dolly Parton film.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
We needed more musical numbers
Fucking
in this.
brilliant. The Surfer
Oh,
with
hell yeah.
Nicolas Cage from last year.
I actually really liked that movie. I know a lot of people thought it wasn't the movie it was sold as. It was sold as Nick Cage going crazy, and it's not that. It's much more slow burn. But
Well,
I
you
liked
know
it.
how I feel about cult movies, and I'm sick of anti-cult movies. But other than that, I liked it.
Yeah.
Old. She also put Old on there, which, I get not only the beach, but also like the everybody kind of turning on each other based on circumstance. That's kind of sure. And then the last one she said, and I was like, this is pretty good. She said Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And I was like, she's absolutely right. That's why I married her. She's a genius.
Thank you, Kat Black.
Yeah.
Anybody else have one here? Right here?
I was thinking about a survival beach shipwreck movie, Blue Lagoon with Brooke Shields.
That was in the back of my mind, but I've never actually seen Blue Lagoon.
They're about to have a drag out fight here in the middle. Yeah.
Meets Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, Horrible Bosses.
Okay with this crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it.
Both movies that are better than their sequels. Yeah, Horrible Bosses is better than Horrible Bosses 2, and Blue Lagoon is better than Blue Lagoon 2. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a Blue Lagoon too.
With what's her Mila Jovovich, who has another movie coming out in a couple weeks that looks really good too. By the way, I saw that trailer.
All right.
That's how I know I'm getting old. I'm like not getting excited anymore about like the Oscar stuff or whatever. I'm just like, Jason Statham is gonna kill someone again. Great.
Hell yeah.
Like Mila Jovovich is gonna do flips and kill people again. Great.
I host a movie podcast, so I'm excited about both of those.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, yeah. Any more before we get into some closing thoughts? Right here.
I just another. This is more of a random thing, but I'm new to the West Coast, and like when I found out that In-N-Out makes palm trees in the shape of an X in front of all of their locations, that kind of blew my mind. That I'm seeing that maybe not everybody knows that.
I did not know
in front
that.
of every single In-N-Out location, there are 2 palm trees that are like harvested to make an X. And so when she was like, "Don't go to that X," I was like, "Oh, for sure, there's like an In-N-Out over there."
Oh, hell yeah.
Sam Raimi loves it.
Damn, I want In-N-Out now. I think I saw a hand over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say the ending, not twist, but kind of like the jump cut to like her success reminded me of Blink Twice.
Blink Twice, yeah.
Yeah.
The Zoe Kravitz movie where, because like, boom, just like that, she's now successful, and we're seeing like that, like,
Took his spot.
yeah, taking the spot of the asshole. Yeah, absolutely. Good one for sure. Definitely. All right, let's get into some closing thoughts here. Joe, anything you want to mention about the movie that we didn't get into?
I just think it's really hard. It's really hard to walk a line and tell a story like this without it becoming some kind of bitter, resentful, cynical, ironic, eat the rich kind of like, low-hanging fruit. You know what I mean? And I think that, I actually would double down on akinning this to Inglourious Bastards and how like brilliant structurally that is. And Dylan O'Brien, because it's a movie, has to die. You know what I mean? And because it's a movie, to be truthful, she has to become him in the end, And I think that was actually kind of a bold choice, and I think that what's missing from a lot of movies is bold choices. One of the problems I have with Parasite was that it wasn't telling us anything that isn't the consensus. Yeah, the rich are evil, take advantage of the poor, and cause us to hate ourselves. Like everyone, that's a pretty known thing in the lexicon. Whether people agree with it or not, that's like an idea that is not new or particularly like interesting, And I think that like bold choices like this are what excite me, not only artistically but also just as an audience. You know what I mean? It's nice to see something so bold, and because art is a safe space to engage with our worst impulses, our worst ideas, with extremes, positive, negative, and this to me is a real movie because my dad will see this movie. My dad would not see Triangle of Sadness.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So for somebody who, me as a filmmaker, I try to do things with purpose, and part of that purpose is communicating in a way that people want to listen. You know what I mean? I think that Sam Raimi, that to me is the big win of this movie. I think this is the best thing he's done since Spider-Man 2. And I thought Spider-Man 2 is the best thing he's done since Evil Dead 1. So, I'm so stoked by this movie. I thought that was fantastic.
Right on. Tyler, anything you want to add?
I thought that this one was great. It was just great to see Sam Raimi go back to like return to form, as they would say. It was just great. It was just everything that you'd expect, but also more. And I thought that like the screenplay was really great, and like how our 2 protagonists both mirror each other, and like how they're both not perfect people, and that I really respected. I thought that was a really great and bold choice. Like that's something that you wouldn't see a lot of movies making that same choice. Oh, sorry, bump mic. And like, and I like how he's using the blocking in it. Like there's the golfing scene in the office, and then at the end when they're on, and not in the end, but like in the middle when they're on the shore, and he's like begging her to forgive her. He's like, he's using the stick as like a cane, and it looks like a golf club.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
he's like keeping that mirroring motif going on, and I really liked it. It was a great movie. It was great
stuff.
Great. Happy to see Sam Raimi go back.
By the way, speaking of the screenplay, written by the writers of Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, nice.
The movie's so much better than it has any.
I agree completely.
Talk about they got the assignment.
Eric, how about you?
Yeah, I'm walking away feeling like they brought, I know this isn't what they did, but it's almost like they brought Sam into a room. It's like, we want you to make an Odd Couple buddy movie. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it if I get to just totally do it Sam Raimi style. So
Sure.
I feel like most of that, I felt like maybe I misunderstood what the movie was about for the first half of the movie. I was like, oh, maybe this isn't what I thought. This is like an Odd Couple buddy movie, just with his fingerprints all over it. I mean, we can't deny that was one of the most thumbprinted movies that you can imagine he would make, but with just like the whole Odd Couple buddy movie thing, I thought was really cool, and it just completely blasted to the left like you hoped he would, and he just it did everything that I would hope something new from him would do. So I highly recommend it.
Yeah, and something new from him is the thing that I was going to kind of point to, is the fact that this, even though we saw a lot of parallels to various other movies of his, it's not just a retread of Evil Dead or whatever.
Right.
Even though it's Sam Raimi's return to horror, it's something completely different from what he's done, and that's even better. Like, really, because we have 3 incredible Evil Dead movies.
Right.
We have a lot of other Evil Dead stuff. Like, we don't need more Evil Dead.
My first live podcast that I did with you, the live one, was the Evil Dead
Rise.
whatever. And like, man, and I said it then, like, without the wit, these are pointless because there's no rules to those, to the way that the Deadites work and all that. There's no rules, rhyme, reason, rhythm. So like, to engage with them in that way is kind of like superfluous, you know. And without the wit, there's nothing, you know. And I love the first and third Evil Dead movies, and
Second's the best. But
well, see, I think it's just 2 in the middle for me. I don't think that Sam Raimi's ever topped him reaching into that mirror and it being water. Like, to me, that's like
it's wonderful.
That's like such a incredible moment. But Drag Me to Hell, what's so funny is Drag Me to Hell kind of had a similar thing where he was doing more of a socio-political kind of like class war, and like what you're willing to compromise in yourself, but I didn't think that was as successful. And that movie's PG-13.
Right.
And you feel it. You feel a trepidation, whether it's from him or the studio or whatever. There's a weird trepidation there, and I'm sorry, but like, I called the fucking quarter right away, so the whole last half hour of that movie was annoying to me. You know what I mean? But with this one, some filmmakers, it's good to like have a leash on them because they get too indulgent sometimes. But some filmmakers, you got to let them let their freak flag fly. And I mean, that's what he's doing. He proved it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a real fucking movie.
He knows we're coming to see him, and he gives you exactly what you're hoping for while still giving you something brand new. That's what I really thought was awesome.
Absolutely. Well, Joe, tell people where they can find you and your films and everything you're up to.
We got a bunch coming out this year, which is really exciting. Anchor Bay, I've made 18 features, and Anchor Bay has picked up a big handful of them. So Anchor Bay this year is releasing Yellow Bellies, which comes out April 21st, and then Hate Horses, a psychedelic musical Western we did. We did that 12 years ago, and they're releasing that this summer. They're also releasing our film from a couple years ago, I Don't Know, and the third film in our Natasha Hall film franchise, which is called She's So Hot, which David Rosen is in. And piecing it together plays an integral role in that story. The first 2 Natasha Hall films, Natasha Hall and Suffrage, are on Tubi and Amazon. We also, I also helped out on a film coming out called Jeffrey Dahmer. That is,
I saw some clips. It's,
the spirit of Jeffrey Dahmer goes into a doll, and that's coming out. That'll be coming out later this year. We're finishing up post on that right now, and so you'll be seeing a lot from us. And as far as where you can find us online, Instagram and Facebook. It's my company name, Blue Means Pregnant Films, which that is a Kill Bill 2 reference, even though I admittedly really don't like those movies. But like, I like that line, and I like that idea. So yeah, Blue Means Pregnant Films.
And real quick, before we move on to Tyler, I just wanted to say, some of you know this is going to be our 500th episode.
Woo!
And thank you.
I'll be damned.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
But somehow, and remember, Joe does not live here. He's from California, or lives in California. He was on episode 400, 300, and 200, and I do not know how that worked out. But go Joe.
Happy to be here. What was episode 100?
Gina interviewed me. My wife Gina interviewed me about, because at that point, who knew how long I'd be podcasting for? And obviously, it's been a lot of years since then. So yeah,
We
But
met
she just
through this
interviewed me.
podcast.
Yeah, I
actually.
didn't even know Joe before I started. So.
Chad Clinton Freeman recommended
That's
me
right.
to him for Lady Gaga, Star is Born.
Yep,
Look
good
at
movie.
us now.
Good movie.
Great movie.
Very different movie, but good movie. Tyler, where can people find you?
Well, I just want to say congratulations on getting your films distributed by Anchor Bay. I think they put out Blu-rays of The Evil Dead.
They did.
Yeah,
They did. I have it at
congrats to
home.
that.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, I have those. The Anchor Bay Evil Dead Blu-rays. But yeah, congrats on that.
If
Good
you
for
had told
man.
me 12 years ago when we were filming Hate Horses in the desert, we shot it in 6 days with no running water, no electricity on the digital Bolex, which was a brand new camera, didn't even do playback, and our monitor broke an hour into production. If you told me then that the same company that released, Django Unchained and The Hateful Eight would be releasing Hate Horses, I would have said you were crazy.
Insane.
So we're thrilled. Thanks, man.
Yeah, good. It's great to hear that. So, my the last film that I just finished, House of Death, we shot that on regular 16 millimeter. I shot that a few summers ago. It's a short film that won the audience award at the Atmosphere Film Festival, which is the
Hell
UNLV's experimental film festival. It won the audience award there, and I never thought a movie that I made would ever win an audience award and win a whole room of people over. So I'm very thrilled about that. And so I'm working with the school right now to get a grant to send it out to film festivals so it can do a formal film festival run. And the film that I shot over the summer that I was telling you about with I had Steve Crystal in, that we're still doing post-production on, and we also hope to hopefully that can be shown, and hopefully that can have a film festival run. And I had made a short film a couple of years ago, a portrait of Michael Vogler, and that won the Rising Star Award at the Sin City Horror Festival. That one's on Vimeo. You can just look that up. And on my Instagram, you can find me at tyler.moment, and the Vimeo link for it is still in my bio. I left it.
There you go.
And then you can find me on Letterboxd at Tyler_moment.
All right. Very good. Eric, how about you?
Yeah, we're at ericmathisfilms.com, Eric Mathis Films on Instagram and Facebook. We're kind of wrapping up our festival run for Infernal. So if you like really wacky heavy metal monster movies, it actually won an award at Kevin Smith's Horror Fest this year. So
Don't get him started.
yeah, so it's kind of that really just fun, over the top. We're gonna do a Toxic Avenger reunion show here
original?
in Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I think all of the Trauma guys and all the original cast, and we're gonna do a double feature here in town, probably within the next couple of months. So if you like the old Toxic Avenger movie, and come out and check out Infernal there, and then at the end of the year, be down in Louisiana shooting the werewolf movie. So.
All right. And you just put out
Sick.
novelizations of your movies too, right?
I did. I just released 2 novels.
Did you write them?
I did.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I typed them.
Yeah. I mean, that counts. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm also I have those 2 books out. So if you want to read the movies and check them out, they're available everywhere that you can buy books or ebooks. So.
It's a shame you can't read, David.
I know.
It's a shame.
I lost that skill long ago.
What did you win at the Smodcastle Horror Film Festival?
Best villain. We were nominated in, like, what was it, 5 different categories.
Did you go?
Yeah, we
Were you
went
there?
Yeah, it was fun. But we won best villain. We have an incredible. The guy who played our devil, Clint Hummel.
He
in
was
our
my
movie.
favorite part of the movie. He's
He's
so
so good.
Yeah.
He's a superstar. Like
He's
Clint.
awesome.
If you like the whole Faustian sell your soul for rock and roll kind of
Phantom of the
thing,
Paradise?
yeah, you'll
Yeah,
dig
Phantom of the
it.
Paradise.
Clint really is just dynamite in the movie. So
Fantastic.
Yeah, that was an awesome award. So
I'm gonna watch your movie. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it sounds sick. I'd
Well,
love to check it
we
out.
will be back here at Maya Cinemas for Wuthering Heights on February 12th. You can enter to win tickets for that right now at piecingpod.com, and we'll be announcing some more. We're actually just shot a ad that's going to play before the trailers here at Maya Cinemas in the coming months here. So we'll be back here for a bunch more shows. So thank you to Maya Cinemas for having us out, and thank you to all of you for being here tonight.
thank you.
Hi, this is Wax Trax Records here on 2909 South Decatur. We buy all your old 45s, your old albums, any type of music memorabilia. Also, we sell music memorabilia, albums, CDs, and a lot. Come on down to Wax Trax, 2909 South Decatur, or give me a call at 702-362-4300. Thank you very much.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that conversation about Send Help. Thank you to Joe Black, Tyler Najera, and Eric Mathis for joining me on that one. Thank you to Maya Cinemas for having us out. Thank you so much to everyone who showed up at the show. It was a really nice turnout. And thank you to you for listening. If you're enjoying piecing it together, make sure you are subscribed. Like I said, we got a lot of episodes on the way, and you will get them all as soon as they come out if you subscribe. But if you want them even sooner than they come out, you could also subscribe to our Patreon, the Produced by David Rosen Patreon, where I post bonus and advanced content from Piecing It Together, as well as from Awesome Movie Year and from my music career. Lots of great stuff over there at patreon.com/bydavidrosen. It's a great way to support the show, but you're also supporting it just by listening, by subscribing, by sharing, by showing up to the live shows. All that stuff is supporting the show. But if you want to kick in a few bucks, you know where to do it. So with that said, it's time to close this out with a piece of music like I always do. And I guess, episode 500 being a big deal, I'm going to go with something special. I am going to play a track from my next album of instrumental music. This is something that has not been released yet. This album will come out sometime soon. I have no idea when because, quite frankly, I've been a little too busy to get this thing done, but it's coming at some point. So I'm not even going to give you a title. I'm not even going to say whether or not the song is complete. I'm going to pick a track from the new album that will be out sometime soon. Hope you enjoy it. Keep an eye out for it. I'm sure I'll be spreading some news about it, hopefully pretty soon. And we'll be back with more Piecing It Together real soon.
An All Points West production, produced by David Rosen in Las Vegas.